yes, we are from Pakistan.
Pakistan. That's great. That's great. Um, well, nice that you could all visit with us tonight. Uh, does anyone there have a Bible question?
Yes, yes, we have.
Okay,
Can we
well,
ask?
yeah,
Okay.
please go ahead.
So, this is my brothers and a friend to listen you, and they have a questions. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34.
Matthew 10:34.
Yes,
Let's see. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a
yes,
sword.
yes. Why Jesus said this? Because he's also said that he's a Prince of Peace. So people want to learn about it more. Why Jesus said that he
Yeah,
is come with the
yeah,
sword.
right. Well, that's a good question because Christ is peace. He's the essence of peace.
Yeah,
And the Bible tells us that he is our peace. And what that means is between the individual that is saved and God, because prior to salvation, we're at war with
yes,
God. But then when Jesus saves us, he makes us to be at peace with God. So that's how he's our peace. Now, here,
yes,
think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Now, I'll read the next verse too. It says in verse 35, for I am come to set it man at variance against his father, and the daughter
okay,
against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall they be of his own household. And well, verse 37 also, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Well, actually, since you're in Pakistan, this
yeah,
this is probably a situation that you've heard of from time to time, because
yes,
there's many Muslims in Pakistan,
yeah,
and so the gospel comes, let's say, into a Muslim home, and there's a big family, and yet out of that family, the Lord has decided to save one. There's a young girl in the family who's an elect child of God, predestinated before the world was to salvation. So somehow the Lord brings the gospel into that home, and the young girl hears the gospel, and God saves her, and she begins to desire to follow Christ or to seek after the Bible, because Christ is the Word made flesh. So following the Bible is following Christ. But what happens in her family? What happens? It's as though a sword has gone into that house because there's been division. And now mothers against daughter, fathers against daughter, um, and and division in kingdoms, because the rest of the family remains in the kingdom of darkness, while the one, or maybe two or three, it could be various, while the ones that are elect are translated into the kingdom of light of God's dear Son. So that's why this language, I am come to set a man against his father, the daughter against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. And, we've all heard accounts of of families that have been very hostile to those who are following Christ and so forth. It seems like we're stuck here. There we go. I hope everybody can still hear when the picture is frozen like that. But that's why the question is asked. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. That is, when that gospel does come to the household, and the household, the mother and father believe another gospel, another religion, is the child, is the son or daughter going to submit to their mother and father on matters of religion, or are they going to follow Christ? And that's the point. And so there's no peace. There's no peace in the household because there's spiritual warfare that is actively ongoing between the two kingdoms that are always, or throughout the history of the world, it was raging in the day of salvation. Now we do know that God has accomplished the salvation of all his elect. And so all have been gathered together into the kingdom of Christ, and the rest have been left in the kingdom of darkness. But thank you. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's great to see you. Can I just ask a question before we go to the next person? What time is it in Pakistan right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
7:40.
Yeah, 7:40 a.m.
7:40 in the morning?
Yes,
Morning.
morning.
Oh, okay. Well, appreciate you getting up so early to join us.
Yeah,
That's great.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. And